Alright. We on chapter 2, y'all. So, people say just don't read it. Just summarize it. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of both today. Read some, summarize some. Alright. Chapter 2. The first agreement. Be impeccable with your word. The first agreement is the most important one, and also the most difficult one to honor. It is so important that with just this first agreement, you will be able to transcend to the level of existence I'll call heaven on earth. You'll be able to get heaven on earth with this first agreement. That's how important this one is. So listen carefully. The first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. It sounds very simple, but it is very, very powerful. Why your word? Your word is the power that you have to create. Your word is the gift that comes directly from God. The Gospel of John in the Bible, speaking of the creation of the universe, says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word is God." Through the Word, you express your creative power. It is through the Word that you manifest everything. Regardless of what language you speak, your intent manifests through the Word. What you dream, what you feel, and what you really are will all be manifested through the word. So it's all about what you speak. You don't want to just speak anything. That's why they tell you just speak positive. Or that's why they tell you to make mantras, reaffirming, affirmations, affirmations. You know, keep building yourself up. Speak positivity. Speak it into existence. Because your word creates what you want to see. Or in the words of my boy Smart, change the way you think, change the way you feel, creates an emotion. That emotion turns to a magnet that attracts what you want. Shout out to the smart dude or smart guy. The word is not just a sound or a written the word is not just a sound or a written symbol. The word is a force. It is the power you have to express and communicate, to think, and thereby to create the events in your life. You can speak. What other animal on the planet can speak? The word is the most powerful tool you have as a human. It is the tool of magic. But like a sword with two edges, your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. One edge is the misuse of the word, which creates a living hell. The other edge is the impeccability of the word, which will only create beauty, love, and heaven on earth. Depending upon how it is used, the word can set you free, or it can enslave you even more than you know. All the magic you possess is based on your word. Your word is pure magic, and misuse of your word is black magic. Whew. You don't even know. You can speak your own demise that fast, or speak your own successes. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep it going, man. Don't be down on yourself, not even negative thoughts. Because even the word is in negative thoughts because you're speaking it even in your mind. The word is so powerful that one word can change a life or destroy the lives of millions of people. Some years ago, one man in Germany, by the use of the word, manipulated a whole country of the most intelligent people. He led them into a world war with just the power of his word. He convinced others to commit the most atrocious acts of violence. He activated people's fear with the word, and like a big explosion, there was killing and war all around the world. All over the world, humans destroyed other humans because they were afraid of each other. Hitler's word, based on fear, generated beliefs and agreements, will be remembered for centuries. Man, word that powerful. Better know. Better know. It's all about the word. He even said it all began with the word, and the word is God. The human mind is like a fertile ground where seeds are continually being planted. The seeds are opinions, ideas, and concepts. You plant a seed, a thought, and it grows. The word is like a seed, and the human mind is so fertile. The only problem is that too often it is fertile for the seeds of fear. Every human mind is fertile, but only for those kinds of seeds it is prepared for. What is important is to see which kind of seeds our mind is fertile for and to prepare to receive the seeds of love. Basically, that's your subconscious. You feel me? That's things that's in your mind through images, through other things you're hearing, through music, through books, through um, things your family say, friends say, things you've been learning on your own. You know, that's like your mind. You plant seeds in your own mind. Some to your own success, some to your own demise. You gotta be careful. Take the example of Hitler. He sent out all those seeds of fear, and they grew very strong and beautiful, achieved massive destruction. Seeing the awesome power of the word, we must understand what power comes out of our mouths. One fear or doubt planted in our mind can create an endless drama of events. One word is like a spell, and humans use the word like black magicians, thoughtlessly putting spells on each other. You can even put a spell on somebody else from what you say. That's how powerful your word is. So that's like speaking down on your kids, your family, somebody you don't even know. You can say, oh man, look at them. They look like whatever. They look like a thief. Let's say you see a random person say they look like a thief. Now people around you think this person is a thief. You don't even know this person. Now you starting fear. You playing fears. That's how racism, prejudice, war, just off them little seeds, your word. Because you said the same thing, like, oh man, look, you look like you're a good businessman or a good God-fearing person, Christian or whatever you want to say. Nah, they ain't got no fear. They just, oh, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no problem. Every human is a magician, and we can either put a spell on someone with our word or we can release someone from a spell. We cast spells all the time with our opinions. An example, I see a friend and give him an opinion that just popped into my mind. I say, I see that kind of color in your face in people who are going to get cancer. If he listens to the word, if he agrees, he will have cancer in less than 1 year. That's the power of the word. Damn. God damn. Goddamn. That sound crazy. Just it because you said that looked like the color of a person who got cancer. This man ain't even probably got cancer. He got get cancer in less than a year. Just because he agreed that people look like that when they got cancer. He looked like that. Sheesh. So you putting spells on other people. So it's people putting spells on you. So that almost say what they say. You got to pick and choose who you be around. You want to be around the right people. Pick and choose your circles. During our domestication, our parents and siblings gave their opinions about us without even thinking. We believed these opinions and we lived in fear over these opinions, like not being good at swimming or sports or riding. Someone gives an opinion and says, look, this girl is ugly. The girl listens, believes she is ugly, and grows up with the idea that she is ugly. It doesn't matter how beautiful she is, as long as she has that agreement, she will believe that she is ugly. That is the spell she is under. Sheesh. So some of it is on you. Once you agree to it, if somebody say, "Hey, you got a big nose," no, you look like you stupid, or you look like you dumb, and you be like, "Dang, I do look kind of dumb." Now you agreeing you dumb. Now you gonna be doing dumb shit or dumb things or dumb stuff. Just by agreeing. You probably not even dumb. Or funny or goofy. That's probably like class clown. Somebody was funny. People start saying, oh, you a class clown. Now this kid turned out to be the class clown. The class clown in class. Damn. That's crazy, ain't it? By hooking our attention, The word can enter our mind and change a whole belief for better or for worse. Another example, you may believe you are stupid, and you may have believed this for as long as you can. Remember, disagreement can be very tricky, causing you to do a lot of things just to ensure that you are stupid. You may do something and think to yourself, I wish I were smart, but I must be stupid or I wouldn't have done that. The mind goes in hundreds of different directions, and we could spend days getting hooked by just that one belief in our own stupidity. Sheesh. Now that is stupid. You done tricked yourself to being stupid. Damn, but that's just what I said though. Then one day someone hooks your attention and using the word lets you know that you are not stupid. You believe what the person says and make a new agreement. As a result, you no longer feel or act stupid. A whole spell is broken just by the power of the word. Conversely, if you believe you are stupid and someone hooks your attention and says, yes, you are really the most stupid person I have ever met, the agreement will be reinforced and become even stronger. Sheesh. Can't let people have that power. See, that's why they say you can't let people have power over you. Using their mind games on you, tricking, playing games with you, man. Tell you. Now let us see what the word impeccability means. Impeccability means without sin. Impeccable comes from the Latin peccatus, which means sin. The M in impeccable means without. So impeccable means without sin. Religious talk about sin and sinners, but let's understand what it really means to sin. A sin is anything that you do which goes against self. Everything you feel or believe or say that goes against yourself is a sin. You go against yourself when you judge or blame yourself for anything. Being without sin is exactly the opposite. Being impeccable is not going against yourself. When you are impeccable, you take responsibility for your actions, but you do not judge or blame yourself. Sheesh, I ain't know that. Impeccable. So, religious terms, it'd be anything you do that goes against God. But if you're going against God, you're going against yourself. It's that simple, basically. So anything you do, you don't want to speak anything. Even if you take responsibility in it, you want to say something like, dang, I messed up. I could do better. You don't want to say, dang, I messed up. I'm dumb as hell for that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to put a sin on yourself. You want to speak highly of yourself. You want to speak good about yourself. From this point of view, the whole concept of sin changes from something moral or religious to something common sense. Sin begins with rejection of yourself. Self-rejection is the biggest sin that you commit. In religious terms, self-rejection is a mortal sin, which leads to death. Impeccability, on the other hand, leads to life. Being impeccable with your word is not using the word against yourself. If I see you in the street and I call you stupid, it appears that I'm using the word against you. But really, I'm using my word against myself because you're going to hate me for this, and your hating me is not good for me. Therefore, if I get angry and with my words send all that emotional poison to you, I'm using the word against myself. Dang. So even by casting spells on people and stuff, by speaking not impeccable against them, can then even still hurt you, because now you creating negative emotions that's pouring outwards towards you from other people and other things and stuff like that. That's deep. So that's why the way you speak is so important. If I love myself, I will express that love in my interactions with you. And then I am being impeccable with the word, because that action will produce a like reaction. If I love you, then you will love me. If I insult you, you will insult me. If I have gratitude for you, you will have gratitude for me. If I'm selfish with you, you will be selfish with me. If I use the word to put a spell on you, you are going to put a spell on me. Now, in this part of this little section right here, I bet a whole lot of y'all talk about, I done been good to people and they've been bad to me. So it ain't working like that. We gonna get to that part in this book where they tell you how to handle and what to handle when if you are being nice to somebody and they're being mean to you, or if you never done nothing to this person, good or bad, and they just do something wrong to you. We gonna get to that agreement in this book where they explain how to handle that situation. But right now we on this. So don't worry about that part. Don't let that distract you from speaking impeccable. You need to worry about learning how to speak impeccable, speak positive, remove the negative agreements you have already made, remove negative agreements you done put on other people by accident or unknowingly. So don't worry about that other part. Being impeccable with your word is the correct use of your energy. It means to use your energy in the direction of truth and love for yourself. If you make an agreement with yourself to be impeccable with your word, just with that intention, the truth will manifest through you and clean all the emotional poison that exists within you. But making this agreement is difficult because we have learned to do precisely the opposite. We have learned to lie as a habit of our communication with others and, more importantly, with ourselves. We are not impeccable with our word. We all lie to ourselves and we all lie. We all lie to ourselves, most importantly. And majority of people lie to others, but we all lie. You gotta take lying out of there. Well, you human, so I know most people lie anyway, but at least don't lie to yourself. That's the least you can do, you know? The power of the word is completely misused in hell. We use the word to curse, to blame, to find guilt, to destroy. Of course, we also use it in the right way, but not too often. Mostly we use the word to spread our personal poison, to express anger, jealousy, envy, and hate. The word is pure magic, the most powerful gift we have as humans, and we use it against ourselves. We plan revenge, we create chaos with the word. We use the word to create hate between different races, between different people, between families, between nations. We misuse the word so often, and this misuse is how we create and perpetrate the dream of hell. Misuse of the word is how we pull each other down and keep each other in a state of fear and doubt. Because the word is the magic that humans possess, and misuse of the word is black magic. We are using black magic all the time without knowing that our word is magic at all. And black magic is evil. That's a sin. You don't want to do evil to yourself or even evil to people you love, your family, your friends, your nation, your country, your religion, your whoever. You know what I'm saying? Your child, your teachers, whoever. You don't want to be being that negative. You got to learn how to change your thought process first. So before you can change how you speaking, you got to change how you think. There was a woman, for example, who was intelligent and had a very good heart. She had a daughter whom she adored and loved very much. Hey, this the story. Now this story right here, I'm a parent, got a daughter. I know probably somebody who's going to be listening to this, or most people. Y'all got kids. This right here is why speaking with your word is so important. Because I have experienced this as a kid. Not saying from both my parents or whatever. You ain't got to get personal. But I know all of us experience. Parents, teachers, coaches, friends. Hey, people we just met. All kind of things. Even dating. This right here. This story right here is a good one. So listen up. There was a woman, for example, who was intelligent and had a very good heart. She had a daughter whom she adored and loved very much. One night she came home from a very bad day at work, tired, full of emotion, tension, and with a terrible headache. She wanted peace and quiet, but her daughter was singing and jumping happily. The daughter was unaware of how her mother was feeling. She was in her own world, in her own dream. She felt so wonderful. She was jumping and singing louder and louder, expressing her joy and her love. She was singing so loud that it made her mother's headache even worse. And at a certain moment, the mother lost control. Angrily, she looked at her beautiful little girl and said, "Shut up. You have an ugly voice. Can you just shut up?" The truth is that the mother's tolerance for any noise was non existent. It was not that the little girl's voice was ugly, but the daughter believed what her mother said. And in that moment, she made an agreement with herself. After that, she no longer sang because she believed her voice was ugly and would bother anyone who heard it. She became shy at school, and if she was asked to sing, she refused. Even speaking to others became difficult for her. Everything changed in the little girl because of this new agreement. She believed she must repress her emotions in order to be accepted and loved. Whew, that was deep, wasn't it? That's crazy. Whenever we hear an opinion and believe it, we make an agreement, and it becomes part of our belief system. This little girl grew up, and even though she had a beautiful voice, she never sang again. She developed a whole complex from one spell. This spell was cast upon her by the one who loved her the most, her own mother. That's crazy. See, you don't even know. You could be hurting the people you love the most by the way you speak, the things you say. That simple. The simplest thing, the things you say. And some of this stuff you don't even be noting is impacting y'all like this. We all got examples of something like this. Somebody probably told you, like, man, you're not good at pool. Now you don't shoot pool. You're not good at dribbling. You don't dribble, try to play basketball. Now you just say, forget it, I ain't good. Man, that's crazy. I done this. We all done stuff like this, you know what I'm saying? And gave up on something because somebody said we ain't really that good at it or don't know how to do it or put that spell on you. Put it on me, but I ain't going for it. Her mother didn't notice what she did with her word. She didn't notice that she used black magic and put a spell on her daughter. She didn't know the power of her word. Therefore, she isn't to blame. She did what her own mother, father, and others had done to her in many ways. They misused the word. See, her own parents and people did to her. We already trained the domestication of the humans. Say it on the first part we read. Remember? You already trained. They already put this on you before you born. So even if you do it, you don't even know you're going to do it because you're going to do it because you already trained, programmed, taught, raised to do this type of stuff. And things you watch, things you heard, things you seen, hey, you got to break it. But you don't learn to break it till when you get older. But now you got more technology, information out. You can start getting this stuff a little quicker. How many times do we do this with our own children? We give them these types of opinions, and our children carry that black magic for years and years. People who love us do black magic on us, but they don't know what they do. That is why we must forgive them. They don't know what they do. And that's what they say in the Bible. Jesus said, "Father, please forgive them because they don't know what they do." We ask God for forgiveness. Sometimes we don't know what we're doing. We get misinformation. It's all type of crazy stuff, disinformation. We've been tricked, played with. Hey, another example. You awake in the morning, feeling very happy. You feel so wonderful. You stay 1 or 2 hours in front of the mirror, make yourself beautiful. Well, one of your best friends says, "What has happened to you? You look so ugly. Look at the dress you're wearing. You look ridiculous." That's it. That is enough to put you all the way down in hell. Maybe this girlfriend just told you this to hurt you, and she did. She gave you an opinion with all the power of her word behind it. And if you accept the opinion, it becomes an agreement now. And you put all your power into that opinion becomes black magic. These types of spells are difficult to break. The only thing that could break a spell is to make a new agreement based on truth. The truth is the most important part of being impeccable with your word. On one side of the sword are the lies which create black magic, and on the other side of the sword is the truth which has the power to break the spell of black magic. Only the truth will set us free. The truth is the most powerful thing out here. Truth. God, the absolute truth. The purest thing is the truth. You want truth. The truth is the truth. The truth is beautiful. The truth. To try to trick your mind and say the truth is ugly, the truth hurt. No, the truth is beautiful because the truth is what it is. It's absolute. Ain't no way around it. It's the truth. Don't let people trick your mind. Truth. All them lies playing. Truth. Looking at everyday human interactions. Imagine how many times we cast spells on each other with our word. Over time, this interaction has become the worst form of black magic, and we call it gossip. Woo! Gossip. 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 Media. Gossip. Lies. Gossip. Gossip. You don't want all that gossip. That's why gossip is evil. All that negative rumors, all that come from gossip. Gossip. Gossip done destroy nations, destroy whole families, destroy homes. Gossip. Everyone, keep them gossiping motherfuckers away from me. Gossiper. I don't want that. Gossip is black magic at its very worst because it is pure poison. We learned how to gossip by agreement. When we were children, we heard the adults. See? Adults don't know what they do. We heard the adults around us gossiping all the time, openly giving their opinions about other people. They even had opinions about people they didn't know. Emotional poison was transferred along with the opinions, and we learned this as the normal way to communicate. See, they done taught you gossiping, hating on people is supposed to be normal. Hating and stuff ain't normal, but people think it's normal. See a basketball player, oh no, he sucked. He in the NBA, he way better than anybody you ever seen in your life that you know. But you gonna hate on him, call him trash, put that negative on him. That's why your parlay ain't hit, because you ain't speaking impeccable. Now you speaking how good he was and how cold he was, probably be cashing that parlay. Better be impeccable with your word. Think of how you talking. Gossiping has become the main form of communication in human society. It has become the way we feel close to each other. Because it makes us feel better to see someone else feel as badly as we do, there is an old expression that says, misery likes company. We usually say misery loves company, but hey. And people who are suffering in hell don't want to be all alone. Fear and suffering are an important part of the dream of the planet. They are how the dream of the planet keeps us down. Using the analogy of the human mind as a computer, gossip can be compared to a computer virus. A computer virus is a piece of computer language written in the same language all the other codes are written in, but with a harmful intent. This code is inserted into the program of your computer when you least expect it, and most of the time without your awareness. After this code has been introduced, your computer doesn't work quite right, or it doesn't function at all because the codes get so mixed up with so many conflicting messages that it stops producing good results. Your subconscious, your consciousness, the things you don't know that's affecting you, that is affecting you, a virus that seems normal, but it's really tearing you down, breaking you down. You got to be aware of all this. Protect yourself, protect your family. Be aware of all this. Protect your country, your nation, however you feel. But protect yourself. Human gossip works exactly the same way. For example, you are beginning a new class with a new teacher, and you have looked forward to it for a long time. On the first day of class, you can run into someone who took the class before, who tells you, oh, that instructor was such a pompous jerk. He didn't know what he was talking about, and he was a pervert too, so watch out. Sheesh. Starting rumors. Rumors come from gossip. But you see this? You don't even know this person. And they telling you this. You already putting in your mind, oh, you gonna say this freaky ass teacher don't even know what he talking about. So if he say anything, one slight thing that's wrong, or he make a joke that's a sexual joke to be funny or be cool, you already think, I know he's a pervert, freak ass nigga. They told me about him. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. You are immediately imprinted with the word and the emotional code the person had when saying this. But when you are not aware of it, of his or her motivation in telling you, when you are not aware of his or her motivation in telling you, this person could be angry for failing the class or simply making an assumption based on fears and prejudices. But because you have learned to ingest information like a child, some part of you believes the gossip and you go on to the class. As the teacher speaks, you feel the poison come up inside you, and you don't realize you see the teacher through the eyes of the person who gave you that gossip. Then you start talking to other people in the class about this, and they start to see the teacher in the same way, as a jerk and a pervert. You really hate the class, and soon you decide to drop out. You blame the teacher, but it is gossip that is to blame. See, you see how he started off? He said you learned how to listen like a child. You take in information like a child. A child don't research. They just take what an adult say for granted because an adult supposed to know everything. No, you are an adult too. You grown. You know what's going on. Research. Look it up. Cross-check it. Question it. Don't take what people will say anything. People say it all day. You see it all day. TV shows, reality shows, cartoons, the people at your job, wherever you at. People say anything, whatever, all day. Don't fall for it. All of this mess can be caused by one little computer virus. One little piece of misinformation can break down communication between people, causing every person it touches to become infected and contagious to others. Imagine that every single time others gossip to you, they insert a computer virus into your mind, causing you to think a little less clearly every time. Then imagine that in an effort to clean up your own confusion and get some relief from the poison, you gossip and spread these viruses to someone else. Whew. So now you spreading evil, negative things to other people. You community. It's important on what you say. It's important to keep the right people around you. It's important to not just believe whatever anybody say, no matter who they are, including yourself, what you might tell yourself. Research, check. Man, be careful. Use what you got, your mind, your brain. Use that. Now imagine this pattern going on in a never-ending chain between all the humans on Earth. The result is a world full of humans who can only read information through circuits that are clogged with a poisonous, contagious virus. Once again, this poisonous virus is what the Toltecs called the miote, the chaos of 1,000 different voices all trying to talk at once in the mind. No cap. Don't this sound like the internet? A world full of people that only can read information through circuits that are clogged with poisonous and contagious virus. Bro, that is the internet. That's like social media. That's what that is, bro. That's crazy. Damn, that's crazy. Can't even make this up. And I ain't even gonna say that, but I'm smart enough to know that this equate, but I'm not somebody who researched this stuff. I'm not one of those people, even though I do my research. I am a smart person, but see how that just go together, how you can just see that? Sheesh. Let me make sure I'm practicing what I preach. I'm speaking impeccable, what I'm learning. Even worse are the black magicians or computer hackers who intentionally spread the virus. Think back to a time when you or someone you know was angry with someone else and desired revenge. In order to seek revenge, you said something to or about that person with the intention of spreading poison and making that person feel bad about him or herself. As children, we do this quite thoughtlessly, but as we grow older, we become much more calculated in our efforts to bring other people down. Then we lie to ourselves and say that person received a just punishment for their wrongdoing. When we see the world through a computer virus, it is easy to justify the cruelest behavior. What we don't see is the misuse of our word is putting us deeper into hell. Woo! Trying to tell you. For years, we have received the gossip and spells from the words of others, but also from the way we use our word with others. We talk to ourselves constantly, and most of the time we say things like, oh, I look fat, I look ugly, I'm getting old, I'm losing my hair, I'm stupid, I never understand anything, I will never be good enough, and I'm never going to be perfect. Sheesh. Do you see how we use the word against ourselves? We must begin to understand that the word is and what the word does. If you understand the first agreement, be impeccable with your word, you begin to see all the changes that can happen in your life. Changes first in the way you deal with yourself, and later in the way you deal with other people, especially those you love the most. Consider how many times you have gossiped about the person you love the most to gain the support of others for your point of view. How many times have you hooked other people's attention and spread poison about your loved one in order to make your opinion right? Your opinion is nothing but your point of view. It is not necessarily true. Your opinion comes from your beliefs, your own ego, and your own dream. We create all this poison and spread it to others just so we can feel right about our own point of view. If we adopt the first agreement, we become impeccable with our word. Any emotional poison we will eventually be cleaned from our mind and from our communication in our personal relationships, including with our pet dog or cat. This will help everybody, the whole world, even your pet dog or cat. Ain't that crazy? Just by speaking impeccable. Impeccability of the word will also give you immunity from anyone putting a negative spell on you. You will only receive a negative idea if your mind is fertile ground for that idea. When you become impeccable with your word, your mind is no longer fertile ground for words that come from black magic. Instead, it is fertile for the words that come from love. See? Use the truth. Use the truth and speak impeccable and keep certain. Notice who to keep around you. But the truth is your number one tool. Stay speaking impeccable because you know the truth. You know you're smart. You know you research. You know how you look. You know what's going on. Don't let them people plant them seeds in your mind. You know what I'm saying? You can misuse you can measure the impeccability of your word by your level of self-love. How much you love yourself and how you feel about yourself are directly proportionate to the quality and integrity of your word. When you are impeccable with your word, you feel good, you feel happy and at peace. You can transcend the dream of hell just by making the agreement to be impeccable with your word. Right now, I am planting that seed in your mind. Whether or not the seed grows depends upon how fertile your mind is for the seeds of love. It is up to you to make this agreement with yourself. I am impeccable with my word. Nurture this seed as it grows in your mind. It will generate more seeds of love to replace the seeds of fear. The first agreement will change the kind of seeds your mind is fertile for. Be impeccable with your word. This is the first agreement that you should make if you want to be free. If you want to be happy, if you want to transcend the level of existence that is hell, it is very powerful. Use the word in the correct way. Use the word to share your love. Use white magic. beginning with yourself. Tell yourself how wonderful you are, how great you are. Tell yourself how much you love yourself. Use the word to break all those teeny tiny agreements that make you suffer. So use the word to tell yourself how great you are. How tell yourself what, if you feel overwhelmed, speak on what you overcame, how far you came, what you got right now going for yourself. Think of the past bull you was going through, and now look at all the good things you got. Once you fix your words, your thought process will be better. You'll attract better things, but you gotta change how you think, and change how you speak. It's a tool to change how you think. So change how you speak, change how you think, change how you think, change how you feel, change how you feel, change the emotions that you let out, and then the energies you let out, which brings back the things you want to attract. It is possible. It is possible because I did it, and I am no better than you. No, we are exactly the same. We have the same kind of brain, the same kind of bodies. We are humans. If I was able to break those agreements and create new agreements, then you can do the same. If I can be impeccable with my word, why not you? Just this one agreement can change your whole life. Impeccability of the word can lead you to personal freedom, to huge success and abundance. It can take away all fear and transform it into joy and love. Woo! Now, you see how some people use this, speaking impeccable, speaking highly of themselves, as narcissistic. You got to be careful. It's a fine line. It is some people that's full of themselves that is narcissistic. That's why it's a word. But everybody who believe highly of themselves and got high self-esteem and is confident is not a narcissist. So don't believe that. Or arrogant or cocky. Just because they have self-worth, self-love, self-appreciation, self-value. All that is not negative. So don't let them put that in your mind. Just imagine what you can create with impeccability of the word. With the impeccability of the word, you can transcend the dream of fear and live a different life. You can live in heaven in the middle of thousands of people living in hell because you are immune to that hell. You can attain the kingdom of heaven from this one agreement. Be impeccable with your word. All right. So tomorrow or the next day I come on, we're going to start chapter 3, the second agreement, which is, I feel, the most important one. This one is super important, but this one, for the times we live in now, how everybody's so emotional and gaslit and scary and all this weird stuff going on, this is the best one. Chapter 3, the second agreement, don't take anything personally. I'm going to say it again. Third chapter, the second agreement, don't take anything personal. Whoo! Now, how they going to tell y'all how to move around that? Don't take nothing personal. That's going to be cold. Like, subscribe, share, hit your boy up. We back. 4 agreements. And reading it. We on it. Let's go.